So we just got back from O'Reilly's run. We got some spark plugs that will work. See, we have no starter. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4 starters. And as I'm going to O'Reilly's, there's a box from Jegs, which was the box we was waiting for. There's our package. Let's get it. And head back to the engine. This is our Jeg starter on a inline 6, just to show you can do it. It's made for a small block Chevy. The only thing we had to do was clearance right here because it is adjustable. We just scooted it over one hole, and you can see that by these 3 here. So we're going to take our spark plugs out, these E-Techs that I know nothing about. So there's a spark plug. The gap was really small. I just took a pick and kind of opened it up. I have a better tool for that, but what I'm going to do is I got this set on 35. You just slip it in there like that, and you just apply it. It sets it pretty doggone close by just squeezing it, and boom, you know, that's set. I ain't gonna put nothing on them. I got a lot of lubricant everywhere. Let's see what this one looks like. I see that one out the box looks a lot better, but let's test it. Yep, looks good. All right, so let's hook up our ignition. Boom. Let's take stuff out of our pockets that annoys us. All right, I think we're ready to test the starter. So let's start with a starter test. Our valve cover is loose, no big deal, just something we gotta be aware of. Let's turn our fan on low. See if we got any fumes from our tank. On like boats, you're supposed to let the back of it, if you had any gas fumes from your gas tank, kind of evacuate. We're kind of doing the same thing here. This is our gas tank. I don't think it's venting, but what if? All right, let's test our starter. Oh yeah, we're good, we're good, we're good. Okay, starter sounds great. We're going to turn our ignition on. Let's turn it over. Looks like we don't have spark. Let's put our spark plug tester. We went from erratic firing to now like backfiring out the exhaust or the intake to almost nothing. So let's see if our nothing, as I thought. Why don't we have spark? What am I missing? These are on. Do we blow a fuse? Yeah. We blew a fuse, I guess. Okay. Why did we blow a fuse? Pop the fuse. Pop 2 fuses. Wonder what we touched. Okay, so we popped the fuse. Don't know why. I must have let this touch, or maybe a spark arced into it. I don't know. It popped again. Instantly popped. I heard it. Popped. So it pops when I install 2. We're out here this morning trying to beat the heat, which has been pretty hard. Decided to go and disconnect the front again. I just got so many thoughts and people trying to help me that we wanted to check the timing. So right now I have it dot to dot. As you can see, looks like it's perfectly in time. And the argument is, where should you set the distributor? This is number 1. You can see we got a rocker arms are semi-loose. Well, number 6 the same way, right? Because both number 1 and number 6 piston is at the top. One is on compression and one is on its changeover, changing over from exhaust stroke to your intake stroke. Take this off, we're facing number 6. Because when you are dot to dot on most engines, you're not supposed to sit the distributor in. You're just timing your engine. So really, number 6 is on top dead center about to fire, as our distributor is indexed. The tool, let's see if we can do this one-handed. We got a lot of compression. Where's our mark? Y'all see it? Here we go. And they say generally your cod, or what do you call it, Woodruff keys will be at 2 o'clock, but it's 2 o'clock like sideways, something like that. All right, it's not perfect. We would have to put our timing cover on and put our monitor balancer on and make sure to index it perfectly. But you can kind of see it's supposed to be straight. Now I have it indexed or timed for this to be number 1 plug. As you can see, it's pretty close. Pretty close. Which rocker arms are loose, and we're saying fire here, right? So I think we got something else going on, but you know, we just had to put all doubt aside. I hated I had to clean up all my RTV. That's why I wanted to record this, because I'm not pulling this cover off again. I'll drop the oil pan before I'll be doing that. So that's the biggest thing. We're timed for number 1 right now. We're already indexed. There's really no need to do anything else other than just put it back together. And we might do a compression test, which might be good to leave this off so we can get to number 1. But yeah, we got to figure out what's going on, but we know we are in time. So here we go. We got our compression gauge. I got our throttle stuck wide open. We have no spark. Biggest thing that I've run into compression gauges is like, make sure you got your Schrader valve in place, because that's what holds the pressure in place. Make sure your throttle blades are open so you can just get the maximum amount of air. And hopefully, there we go. Hopefully we're gonna have good luck with this. We don't have a dead cylinder, because something is strange. We'll put our fan on just in case we got any fumes. Let that kind of spool up for a second, but we don't want our rotor to hit. Let's move it like that. Okay. Woo, that is pretty good compression. 160 PSI on number 1. That is really good. Okay, so let's move to the next one and see if we keep the same momentum. Cylinder 6, last one of hope. Okay, let's fire it off. It's like it's gonna run it around that 170 zone. This is really good. We bought this engine for $450, an inline 6 with 175 PSI. Wow, this is amazing. Okay, so we know we got compression. So we don't have a dud. I kind of want to do a leak down, but I don't really know if there's really a point, being we got such good compression. So I'm going to leave it like that, I think. I think we're going to put everything back together And we're going to see if we got a carburetor issue, timing issue. What is the deal? I figured it out. I'm an idiot. Don't surprise you. So what I've been doing wrong is, and I knew something was weird when I first put the firing order on the distributor, because I said I had gotten some of them wrong, and I was like, what were you thinking to get some of them wrong? It baffled me. It didn't make sense. And then so I redid it, and it got worse, right? And I was like, what the heck? Well, now I know. Because what happened was I transitioned from using a diagram to tell me each point on the distributor, and I started going at the firing order, and what I did is I changed rotations. So I went 1, 5, 3, 6, whatever, and I went 1, 5, and I'm firing out of order. That's it. It's gonna fire right up. So right now, because I have to change my lengths of wire, I have to redo that to get us oriented with lengths of wire better. And then we're gonna fire it up, and I guarantee it's gonna start. This is crazy. We done went through the carburetor. I probably done got my float adjustment out of whack, but at least I know what's in the carburetor now, so that's peace of mind. We went and got 93 octane because like, what if this thing's pinging? But that doesn't make sense. But what if? And I probably should be running 93 on engine stand anyway. I tell you, I got so much confidence, I'm gonna put our valve cover bolts in too, because it's about to run for a hot minute. So let me get this straight and I'll pick it back up. Well, hello everybody. It is a new day. It's the sun is setting. It's the afternoon. I'm just now finding time to record this, but my goal was I wanted a video of it cold, and I have not started it today at all. So yesterday, and I cannot remember if I'll have footage of it or not, so if you see it already, I had already figured out a lot of things, and it was hot. We have our timing set at 4 degrees off of our harmonic balancer, and our timing mark off the other side. We have locked down our distributor, and everything's running good. We set our air fuel ratio on our carburetor. I think it's in a good spot. That's going to be part of today. We have a good vacuum signal coming out of our gauge connected to this port here on the base of our carburetor. So, all right, this is what we want to do. I'm going to give it one wide open throttle squirt. So I think that would have reset our choke, but that one seems to be a little different. But if it was, either way, we're giving it a squirt of fuel. Ignition is on. We're gonna turn our fuel pump on. We're gonna turn our fan on high. Hopefully we got a fully charged battery. Nope, that's low. Other way. That's high. See? Okay. Here's our oil pressure. Here's our water. And it's our vacuum. The other gauges don't work. It's just these three. Let's fire it off. Wow. Y'all witnessed it. Here's our oil pressure. Was that about 36, I guess? Here's our vacuum. About what, 17? 16, 17? I didn't do anything. It's just fresh. I need to hook up our alternator. I got the wrong alternator on, so I want to get the other one. It needs to be clocked differently, and probably figure out our belt. Unless that alternator changes, we're maxed out on our belt length. So that'll be something to figure out later. No big deal. You can hear our choke slowly opening because our choke is riding off of the spring that's in here. So we're idling differently. Let's see. Let's hook up our tack. So we're at 540 RPM. That's a little low. Hopefully that's going to rise as this choke comes off. Our transmission is hooked up. You see our flex plate? Yeah, I need to get that changed. It don't look good. So I got a flex plate I'm going to order. It's on my parts list. But there's fluid running through that right now. If I put it in park or in drive, our yoke will start spinning, but I have no way to secure it. So we're just going to leave it like that. All right, guys, a little flathead. So we're going to get this adjustment right here. I can do it one-handed. And we're gonna go clockwise. We're gonna turn this clockwise until we get to about that 650 that we want. I slipped. Oh, you heard that audibly. Let's do a little bit more. Y'all see that? I think that's what we want right there. You hear that? It's coming off better that time. You can see earlier was at 190. That's because our thermostat hasn't opened yet, and then when it opened, it dropped it down to 180. So we're reading good. All right, I think that's all there is to show. I mean, the next step is just getting the alternator set in. I want to put a battery cable to our battery box, so that way we're charging and our fan is staying at a high speed, because we're only probably at 11.5 volts or something. So check that. I wonder if we can, supposed to be at 4 degrees at base, or bottom top bed. Oh yeah, can y'all see that? There were 4 here, and then I got a little mark on our timing pointer down there. So we're pretty dialed in there. Yeah, about 680, that's fine. All right, I don't think there's really anything else to show. Vacuum around 17 still, 34. When this oil gets hot, we were running Rotella. When this oil gets hot, it'll probably drop down to 20. That's fine. You see our temp starting to climb. A lot of that's because I can hear this fan slowing down. So we're just wearing this battery out. Well, let's boom, boom, boom. Yeah, that's hot. And these hoses aren't good. They scare me to death, to be truthful with you. So, what noises do we hear? Oh, we hear water or something. There's water or something, which I still got a leak here. I tried soldering it, you know, but it made it a little bit better. All right, that's it. I'm gonna close this out. Thank y'all for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. More Inline 6 content coming. We're gonna be putting this into the old 1978 C10, and just join us on this journey. On to the next one.